Hey guys, it's Jen and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing with the mini Zoeva palette, and this is their all matte palette that they have for travel. So I haven't actually created a makeup look with this mini yet. I got it in my Ulta haul and it's just kind of been sitting on the sidelines, and although I do love classic matte eyeshadow looks, they're beautiful. I don't often do them because I am pretty stuck on multi-chromes, duochromes. I love that pop of shimmer. So I haven't done an all matte look in a minute, but today we're going to go ahead and rock one out because they are beautiful. They are timeless, and matte looks are very stunning. So before we get started playing with this eyeshadow, and yes, we're going to go ahead and look at the little swatch of poos that I got right here because it does look kind of poopy. I did a terrible job, but so we got our swatches right here. Let's talk a little bit about this palette. It is a great travel size. And the cover is magnetic, so it does snap shut pretty well. So I feel like this would be something I would be confident in traveling with, should I ever be traveling again in my lifetime. Who's to say? But this is their Voyager palette, and I really do like these shades. And even though I may have some similar shades in my collection, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a really decent range of mattes and different formulas. And I've been really wanting to try this formula because I've heard really great things about this particular brand. I'm excited to go ahead and see what all the fuss is about. So this does retail for $17 on the Ulta website, and when I was swatching them I could tell that they are a little on the powdery side, but they are very pigmented as it says on the website. So this little, hello arm, I do great swatches, don't I? So this little taupey brown here is Urban Culture, and this cream beige color right here is Across the Street, and this one here is called Lonely City. This is a really kind of muted, plummy purple shade. This is actually really, really pretty. I like this one. I mean, I like all of them, but I don't know. I like this one, maybe because purple's my favorite color. That's probably it. But this really pretty brick kind of muted red is called Chat Late at Night. And this kind of muted, also it's got a bit of a burgundy, but more of a brown kind of undertone to it, is called Cheap Bar. And this little peachy tone here is called Through the Window. So we've got the names, we've got the swatches, and they do seem really pigmented. But again, I feel like it's a bit of a powdery formula, so I'm not sure how it's all going to shake out, which is why I'm going to do my eyes before I do the rest of my face. And we're going to hop into this and see if it's worth the 17 bucks. Okay, so hair is up and eyes are primed and we are ready to get started. So I'm going to go into this little peachy shade here. Oh, that is very pigmented. That's nice. It's showing up pretty quickly and it's pretty easy to blend out, just as it claims on the site. So I'm good with that. Not really struggling there. Let's go into Chat Late at Night, which is that brick kind of shade. We're going to go ahead and pop that on the outer portion of my eyeball. And that is a very pretty shade. I like that quite a bit. So I'm just going to work that into my crease. We want the real news here. Is it patchy? Is it problematic? Did I just poke myself in the eye? Because I totally did. Blame the brush. Blame the brush, not the artist. I think that's just my eye shape. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I was like, wait a minute. You ever have that moment when you're trying a new eyeshadow and you think you see something and then it's not what you thought you saw, and then you have to be like, oh, okay, never mind. It was kind of like that. So anyway, so far so good. Scratch that. So next I'm going to go into Cheap Bar, which is that muted kind of, what, like a muted plum color, I want to say. And I feel like this particular shade just kind of melds and blends with everything. It's not really showing up as an individual shade, but it is adding the depth that I want. So I'm not mad at it. I just feel like it's adding depth, but it's not bringing its own tone to the look. It's just kind of melding into the other shades that the two shades I just put down basically. So that's kind of, I mean, I can see it, but it is very muted. So I suppose that's the whole point. But I think for me, I would have liked to have seen that show up just a little bit more Maybe it's just under the lights that I'm not seeing it. Maybe in editing I'll be able to, I'll look at it and be like, oh, there's the shade. But currently when I look at it in the light, it is very understated. But in the pan, it seems like it's gonna pack a bit more of a punch. So that's the only thing I would say about that particular shade that's kind of like, you know, it's okay. It's okay. I think I'm gonna use that cream beige on my lid. Let's go ahead and try that and see how it works. Let's grab a little bit of concealer here. My little flat brush. Where is my little flat brush that I thought I grabbed? I did grab it. Yay! Kind of like that. And I'm just going to pat that cream beige over my little foundation there so it can have its own little cream beigey moment. Maybe with the concealer, it has almost like, in person, like a gray kind of undertone to it. Just a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that too, but it does have a bit of a gray undertone. It's like a really light grayish beige. How odd. I'm going to go into Lonely City, which is the purpley, muted purpley shade. And I'm going to line my eye with that, I think, is basically what I want to do. So I'm just going to tap that on my lid. And use this kind of like as an eyeliner. This shade has a ton of kick up. I mean, it's very pigmented, it's very pretty, but in the pan, it is all over the place. If you don't like that sort of thing, you're probably not gonna like this eyeshadow palette. I might not like it. Crap! Let's just run this under my lash line here, so I can connect this a little bit. And I am going to go back over with concealer and all that stuff, but I just want to see what this looks like really quick, because I'll be able to clean it up and take care of it after this. Okay, so this is where we're at right now. And let me just show you, let's see if you guys can see this, just the amount of kick up that is in the pan here. I don't know if you're able to see what happened, but it happens a lot with pigmented shadows, is that you just get this kind of fallout and kick up because it is a very powdery formula. But it's not a bad formula, but it does have a lot of kick up. So I just want you to be aware, if you're thinking about buying this, you might be dealing with a bit of a mess. So just, you know, just giving you all the deets. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hop off. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup, liner, lashes, all that good stuff. Then I'm going to come back on and we are going to continue to chat about this palette. Okay, and we are back, and this is the finished look. So let's talk about this palette for a minute. To be honest, I'm feeling kind of lukewarm feelings toward this palette right now, but you have to bear in mind, this is a first impression, so I really need time to play with it and try it out and try different looks with it before I have any kind of final thoughts. But for a first impression, this palette is just, you know, it's just okay. It's not a terrible eyeshadow palette by any means. It's really nice. Do I think it's worth $17? You know, currently not really, but again, it's my first time trying it out. I don't think that it's terrible. I think that it blended very easily. It's very pigmented. There is a lot of kick up, but that happens often and it doesn't really bother me. And also, I didn't really get a whole lot of fallout, so it wasn't anything that I had to worry about cleaning up or had any struggle with in that area. But as far as the palette itself goes, it really is just, it's just a nice little matte eyeshadow palette. It's not revolutionary, and I don't really think that it's meant to be. I think that it's meant to be just exactly what it is, just something that would be a simple go-to for everyday looks, nothing too out of the box, nothing too crazy. But you can go ahead and put together a nice little eyeshadow look for work or for, you know, day, or even like a date night. You can deepen it up for a more nighttime look. So it is really nice in that aspect. And I do like the traveling aspect of it, to where this does close and stay pretty secure. So I would feel comfortable traveling with this. Now, currently, as a first impression, do I feel like I'm going to reach for this palette on a regular basis? And the answer to that would be no. I mean, it's full transparency. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't feel like I would gravitate toward this on a regular basis. I don't feel like the formula was so mind-blowing that I would continue to reach for this time and time again. Just currently where I'm at right now, I think that it's a nice palette. I'm happy to have it in my collection, but it's just a nice palette. So, you know, yeah, I like what I came up with. I don't know, maybe if I'd put the orange on my lid as opposed to this grayish kind of cream color, perhaps I might like this eyeshadow look a little bit more. I don't hate it by any means. I think it's nice. I just feel like maybe the direction I went in could have been a little bit better. But all in all, it's just a so-so all matte palette. Is this something that I'm going to recommend? You know, not really. I mean, if you're a fan of the brand and you really enjoy this particular eyeshadow formula, then yeah, absolutely go ahead and get it. It's not bad. It's actually really nice, but it's not going to knock your socks off. At least it's not, you know, for me anyway. It's not blowing me away. It's just a nice little eyeshadow palette. It's just pretty basic, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I think that there is a time and a place for basic, nice, simple eyeshadow looks. I think I had a different idea of how this was all going to shake out. I don't know exactly what it was, but it wasn't really this. So I'm not going to say that I don't like it. It is a first impression. I think it's all right. And I'm glad I got to play with it. I'm glad that I got to try it and hang out with you guys today, and so you could see for yourself how it works and how the pigment shows up. And it definitely does, so I'll give it credit for that. But again, it's not like I'm not going to attempt a backflip over this. I'm just kind of like, it's okay. So we had an okay eyeshadow moment today, and that's okay too. That's a lot of okays. Are you okay? Because, you know, am I okay? But yeah, it's all right. So for that, and getting to sit down and hang out with you guys and share my thoughts and feelings on this eyeshadow palette, it's totally cool. Let me know what you think of the Zoeva eyeshadow palettes. Do you like these minis? Do you like the eyeshadow look I came up with today? I mean, I think that it's all right, you know? It's not my most dramatic look. It's not my most amazing look, but I would go outside with this on, sure. Absolutely. I hope you liked this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, become a member of my YouTube family. I would be so excited to have you here. And thank you to all my new subscribers and those who've been with me for a while now. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys are all safe, and I hope you all are having a beautiful day. Thanks. Bye.